Good morning.
4 minutes away from 11.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Oh, tainted love.
That's for you.
Now over to the news department.
Don't you want me, baby? Tell me for a reason. Let the reason be
Once upon a time, there were 3 girls called Karen, Sarah, and Siobhan, or Bananarama for short. Boy, these girls were hot.
Wow, she's got it.
They had no Svengalis or style gurus behind them, but they had this vision that they could be the ultimate girl group.
It was a little hint of what happened with the Spice Girls, that sense of a primitive girl power.
They were sassy and they didn't seem like they were going to be messed around by any boys. Original girl power, I think.
In 1982, Bananarama, the sullen, sexy, all-girl hit machine, burst into the UK charts. Earlier this year, they reformed for one very special night to celebrate their success as the world's biggest ever girl group.
What you're about to see is so much more than more. You are about to see history.
In 1980, Karen left Bristol for London, taking a job at the BBC's pensions department. Sarah followed to study fashion journalism. By night, they hit the clubs in search of adventure and free beer.
We went to every club, every party.
Everything we could get into, really.
Everybody dressed up. They weren't like regular clubs, they were like odd clubs with odd people in, which was our kind of... suited us down to the ground.
I went to college to do fashion journalism. Sarah was in my class, so we started hanging out. We were the only 2 people who didn't look like medical secretaries.
Everybody else was very, I don't know...
Ordinary?
Ordinary.
We all became homeless at approximately the same time. Sarah and Karen were mates with Paul Cook, who'd offered them the Pistol studio to live in. We didn't have a pot to piss in, you know, so we used to wash in the tube station. It was great. We were really young, no responsibilities, no money, but some instruments that we could tit about on.
Instead of guitars, they picked up 3 microphones, and the group was born.
That was the first time we got on stage and played maracas and danced, so I guess that's how the idea came about, the 3 of us.
We'd sort of barely formed, you know, and then my friend Gary Crowley came down.
They kind of sort of had this wonderful, sort of shambolic, almost bordering on amateur approach to it. In fact, they made that sort of shambolic approach almost into an art form.
He worked for an indie label, and he came back with the word that his boss would pay for us to do a demo in a 24-track studio, and we were like, all right.
The single they recorded was Aia Moana, sung in Swahili. It got them into the London-based fashion bible The Face and noticed by Funboy 3 frontman Terry Hall.
Terry just liked the look of us. Thought we looked an absolute mess, just like the 3 of them, and called us.
We'd only been in the studio once, and we kind of saw the whole thing as a bit of a lark, you know, almost like taking the piss out of the music industry.